Hi everyone. You see this thing behind Daisy Wood Davis here? It looks a bit like an Illuminati pyramid and a hexagram. It also looks quite square as well, representing things like the Tesseract and the Pandorica and the Allspark. Remember, Daisy Wood Davis plays Kim in Hollyoaks, and she represents the woman of the Bible because she's got blonde hair. But this Wood bit, just like Oliver Wood in Harry Potter, but this Oliver bit, just like Oliver Queen in Arrow and in Smallville as well. Green Arrow is essentially part of the elite because he is a billionaire. So he represents the same type of guy that Batman does and that Iron Man does. His arrows represent the same thing as Robin Hood, but also the arrow in the Strongbow efforts, and even the arrow on the Strongbow cans. See, his last name is even Queen, just like Queen Elizabeth is part of the elite. And I imagine that Queen Elizabeth is either a billionaire or a trillionaire. So, remember this Killer Women with Piers Morgan program? Well, this killer here has got blonde hair, just like Hope in Jessica Jones had blonde hair and she killed her parents. Look at all of this here as a vision board. Utterly outrageous celebrity frock ups. That's pushing the transgender agenda. But it's also making men be more feminine. The agenda representing the Illuminati agenda and the Freemason agenda. The big fish off represents the beast out of the sea, the shark coming out of the sea. This fish right here represents the shark, and this water in the background represents the sea. And then the cruise ship right here, that represents the ship of souls leaving with Jesus Christ to go into heaven. See the ship's even white, representing heaven. This represents the same thing as the Titanic, the Queen Zenobia in Resident Evil, the Abigail ship in Fear the Walking Dead, that Britannia ship in Ant and Dec Saturday Night Takeaway, and loads of other ships as well. This right here represents the woman of the Bible riding the beast. This is a picture from Indiana Jones. See in the news 2 days ago, Obama to visit Hiroshima to promote nuke-free world. This is a load of bullshit, to be honest. The only reason he's visiting Hiroshima is because he wants to see what devastating effects the nuke had on the place, because he's planning to use more nukes. You see how he's got his hand up right here? Just like how he's got his hand up right here. This is to do with like Illuminati hand gestures and Freemason hand gestures. See the nuclear football teed up right there? See the nuke right here? All of these nations rising up together. And Putin's got the new type of Eucharist in his hand. These clownfish represent the clown on that Illuminati card game cover. And here you've got the bear for China rising up, and the feet of a bear. Costa Ronin, he plays Oleg Burov in The Americans, who's a Russian character. He also played Anton Vanko in Agent Carter, who goes on to become the Crimson Dynamo. And again, this is another Russian character. So they make the same people play the same type of roles, but it's also because he is actually Russian in real life. But see how he's dressed like a member of the elite with his suit and tie? Well, I guess actors are part of the elite themselves, whether they want to be or not. Remember, in a previous video, I was talking about this rat in The Americans that's inside a container. Remember how its tail represents the worm's cabin? And even though the Groxed one says that penises represent nukes in his videos, they could also represent worms as well. See how it even says like rabbit hole network right here? And this is going back to the whole like Alice in Wonderland thing again. Even they mentioned like a rabbit hole in the Matrix movies as well. See how this FX program is called Tyrant? Just like the Tyrant virus in Resident Evil. See how this poster here for the Bridge program, see how it's just like an Illuminati pyramid right here? See how in the Strain program, you see the worms right here, but it's also to do with the eyes again, just like the Illuminati eye that's on top of the pyramid. But remember how in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., John Hannah's character, Simmons injects something into his eye, remember? Like, even like Juliana Crane in The Man in the High Castle, she probably represents the Lamb or the Woman of the Bible, or both. See, she's got brunette hair. And see these stars in the background, just like the star on Wonder Woman's head, and just like the star on Winter Soldier's arm. Here's the red for Satan, here's the blue for Jesus and God and the light, and here's the white for heaven. Remember that FX program was called The Bridge? Well, here's a bridge right here. And it might represent the bridge between heaven and earth. And even she is called Chloe Grace Moretz, and it might represent the end of grace and mercy, just like Grace in Hollyoaks might. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you at the Wedding Feast of the Lamb.